I hated Gaby the moment she killed Sasha. I still do. I know everything the show taught me about her. I know she was a child raised inside a machine built to make her hate. I know she believed she was protecting her people. I know intellectually that she is no different from the characters I spent 3 seasons loving, and none of it changed how I feel. I understand Gaby completely. I hate her anyway. That gap between what I understand and what I feel is the most honest thing Attack on Titan ever showed me. Not about the story, about myself. Because a lesser show would have made me understand her and then forgiven her. And I'd have felt enlightened and moved on. Attack on Titan did something crueler and more true. It made me understand her completely and let me keep hating her anyway. That's not a failure of the story. That's the story. For a long stretch, Attack on Titan looks like exactly what its packaging promises. It's a shonen, a brutal one, more blood and dread than usual, but structurally familiar. There's a world under threat. There are monsters outside the walls. There's a boy who gains a power and a reason to fight, and a cast of soldiers evolving to meet a hostile world. You know this shape. You've seen it 100 times. Humanity against the thing that wants to eat it. And it gives you the thing Shonen always gives you. An enemy. It gives you Annie. It gives you Reiner and Berthold. It builds, deliberately and expertly, the specific pleasure of hatred, betrayal, revelation, the adrenaline of finally knowing who did this to you and wanting them to pay. When Reiner reveals himself, the floor drops out, and the show hands you a target for everything you've felt. This is Shonen doing what Shonen does. It draws the line. It tells you which side of the wall the monsters are on, and then it spends the rest of its length proving that line was a lie. The turn comes when the show crosses the sea. Everything you understood gets inverted. The people behind the walls, the terrified survivors you bled for, are seen from the outside as demons, accursed people who deserve every cruelty done to them. And the characters you learn to hate turn out to have been children the whole time, raised in propaganda, sent to do monstrous things before they were old enough to refuse. Reiner is the clearest case. The man you wanted to see destroyed turns out to be the most broken person in the story. A kid who committed atrocities and cannot live inside his own body because of it. In a shonen, Reiner is the villain you defeat. In Attack on Titan, he's a mirror. He did the unforgivable for exactly the reasons the heroes did the unforgivable. He thought he was saving his people, and he was too young and too indoctrinated to see anything else. Here's what most people say about this part of the show. They say it's about propaganda, about how the people in power decide who you hate, manufacture the enemy for you, and point the ordinary people on both sides at each other like weapons. That reading is true. It's also the comfortable one, because it puts the blame safely outside you. The elites did it. The system did it. You were manipulated. You're not responsible for the hate. It was installed. And I believed that reading until the show made me look at Gaby. Gaby killed Sasha. Sasha, who by that point you love without reservation. And Gaby does it as an enemy combatant from her own side's perspective, protecting her own people, doing precisely what our characters had been doing to her people for the entire arc. And I hated her for it, instantly, completely, a small girl, and I wanted her to suffer. Now, here is the part that matters, the part that took me a while to be honest about. Nobody made me hate Gaby. There was no propaganda pointed at me. No system installed it. No higher-up decided it on my behalf. I hated her for the most human reason there is. She killed someone I loved. It came from grief. It came instantly, before I could think, from the same place love comes from. And that's the thing the propaganda reading misses. Attack on Titan is not only saying that the powerful teach us to hate. It's saying something darker and harder to forgive. It's saying the hate comes first, that it's native to us, that we generate it spontaneously out of love and loss, with no one needing to plant it, and that propaganda doesn't create the hatred, it just points the hatred we already have at a chosen target. Gaby is the proof, because the show did everything it could to make me understand her. It gave me her childhood, her indoctrination, her humanity, her grief. It gave me every tool I'd need to extend her, the same forgiveness I extended Reiner. And I hated her anyway. I still do. Which means the trap wasn't something the show described to me. It was something the show did to me. It walked me, deliberately, into the exact moral failure the entire story is about. And let me sit down in it and get comfortable. This is where the genre cracks, and why I think Attack on Titan was always straining against the label it was born under. Shonen needs an enemy, structurally. The form is built around a protagonist you root for and an antagonist you're allowed to hate cleanly, because his defeat is the point, and his defeat feels like justice. The catharsis depends on the line staying drawn. The monster has to stay a monster. Attack on Titan uses every one of those tools and then turns them against the person using them. It builds your hatred with shonen craftsmanship, and then it removes, one by one, your permission to feel it. It shows you the enemy was a child. It shows you the demons were the survivors. It shows you Gaby is Eren from the other side of the sea. Same grief, same certainty, same willingness to kill for the people she loves. Eren and Gaby are the same person facing opposite directions. And the show knows that if you root for one and hate the other, you have personally performed the exact double standard that makes the cycle eternal. You've become the crowd, cheering the raid. You've done, in your chair, the small version of the thing the whole story is a scream against. A shonen can't survive that, because a shonen needs you to keep hating the enemy for the ending to land. Attack on Titan needs you to notice you can't stop, and to sit in the discomfort of it. That's not a shonen ending. That's a seinen refusal. So here's what I think Attack on Titan is really about. Underneath the titans and the walls and the war, it's about the fact that understanding your enemy does not stop you from hating him. We tell ourselves a comforting story, that if people just understood each other, the violence would end, that hatred is ignorance and knowledge is the cure. Attack on Titan calls that a lie, and it proves the lie on you. I understand Gaby better than I understand most real people. It changed nothing. The hatred sat underneath the understanding, untouched, waiting. That's the cycle, not ignorance, not propaganda alone. Something in us that hates from love, that the more we love, the more capable we become of hating whoever threatens what we love, no matter how well we understand them. Propaganda doesn't invent that. It just aims it. And the reason the show is a masterpiece is that it refuses to let you off the hook at the end. It doesn't resolve the discomfort. It doesn't hand you a moral where everyone understands each other and the killing stops. It leaves you exactly where it left me, understanding everything and still hating a little girl for killing someone I loved. I want to be careful here because I don't want to make this sound like more than it is. Hating Gaby isn't who I am. It's not some dark truth at the core of me. It's a reaction. One moment, one loss, one flare of something I'm not proud of. But here's what unsettles me. I know what I'm supposed to do with it. I've spent this whole channel drawn to the characters who lay their hatred down, who carry the exact wound that could consume them and choose, somehow, to set it aside. That's the person I want to be when I watch these stories. That's the arc that moves me most. And I still can't do it with Gaby. I understand her completely. I know she's a child. I know she's the mirror. I know, if I'm honest, that the thing I admire most in fiction is the person who would have forgiven her, and I can't. That's the gap Attack on Titan left me sitting in. Not comfort in the hatred. I'm not comfortable. Something worse. The knowledge that I want to be the person who lets it go, that I've built an entire way of seeing around admiring that person, and that when it was my turn, with a manga, with a character I'll never meet, I couldn't manage even that. There's someone I keep thinking about while I say this, someone who carried a wound that should have made him exactly what Eren became, and didn't, who found the door out that I can't seem to find over a girl in an anime. But that's a video I still owe you. For now, this is where the show leaves me, understanding everything, wanting to be better than my own reaction, and not there yet. Maybe that's the most honest thing a story can do. Not make you the hero and not let you off the hook either. Just show you the distance between who you want to be and who you were when it counted, and refuse to close it for you. Build quietly. Walk your path